glitchiness because it's kind of glitching. Come on. I knew this was going to happen. Fucking internet. Okay, here we go. Do you need to get something to drink, Onyx? Here, Bubba. Here. Go get something to drink. Okay. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel, Real Talk Recovery Life with you. My name is Nicole, and I'm an addict. My sobriety date is July 13th of 2015, and I can already tell that my computer is glitching out. So let me see if I can fix this. Hold on. It's about to rain here, and so I don't know what's going on, but it's super overcast. Come on, man. Come on. There we go. Hey, guys. Hey, Mama. Yeah. Let me see. Welcome back to my channel, Real Talk Recovery Life with you. My name is Nicole, and I just started. Now I'm talking. It's cleaning up now. Yeah. All right. What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. So I have Wi-Fi, and it's good Wi-Fi. I had just a storm outside. I don't know if it's tornadoes or what, but it looks pretty messed up. Doesn't glitch through this whole freaking process, but if it does, you know, we'll just have a redo. Today, she has a channel. It's called Lost Souls. Introduced herself to where I knew she has been watching the channel. She's been with us for a while. I just haven't ever had her comment before. She is going to come on and share her story. She is in recovery just like all of us, and she got into recovery. I'm going to let her share her story. But anyway, let me hold on just a second. I got to get the link to her channel and everything. Hey, Sky. Hey, Merk. Hey, Jonathan. What's up, man? Hey, Cody. All right. So as soon as you guys get in here, then I'm going to bring her on. I just kind of want to wait and make sure that it's in here and everybody gets situated, and then we can do our thing. I put makeup on just for you guys because I wasn't wearing makeup. I've been, working all day. I already shared over on Facebook, so you guys don't have to do that. I'm trying to start ahead of time and share before I go live, so that way I don't have to rely on anybody else to do it. Here we go. Okay, let me shut this door and I'm going to bring her on, okay? Okay. All right, girl, I'm bringing you on.
Okay, I'm here. Hey.
Yay.
Can you hear me?
Okay, can you hear me good?
Okay, awesome. Yeah, I can hear you. Okay, I guess my mic ain't working. Okay. Well, okay, my name is Angie. I'm Lost Soul 79. Go.
What's the name of your YouTube channel? Is it Lost Souls 79?
Yeah, I had to change it because there were so many lost souls. Yeah.
Okay, because I want to look it up. I'm going to look it up so that way I can share it in the comment section. Okay, Angie,
Awesome.
this is what I want you to do, girl. I want you to tell us what it was like when you were a kid growing up and how you got into your addiction, and then what your life is like now, what pathway to recovery you chose. And if I have any questions, I'll just kind of raise my hand and ask you, okay?
Awesome. Okay, well, let's start when I was as young as I remember. I was like, I would say 8, maybe. I don't remember when I was much younger than that. But I lived with my grandparent, my grandmother. My dad was on heroin and you know, whatever drug he could take. My mom was on methamphetamines. She was never a mom to me, you know. She just came in and out of my life when she thought it was convenient for her, I guess, you know. So I grew up till about 13 with my grandma, and I finally moved in with my mom because my stepdad had got put in prison for cooking methamphetamines. So I moved in with my mom for this 2 short years. I lived with her, and it was okay. You know, she was at that time she turned into an alcoholic because she was on probation for getting in trouble. So she turned into an alcoholic, and we were never close. We never had a mom, and she didn't know how to be a mom, you know, because she didn't have a good mom, and it, you know, and it goes hand in hand, you know. So she was never taught. She was never taught how to properly love someone because she wasn't ever loved, you know.
Yeah.
So I stayed with her for about a year and a half. And that year and a half that I was with her, my real dad, which he was 36 at the time, he died. He overdosed. At that time, I was 14 and a half when he died. And then I moved in with my aunt, and my aunt on my dad's side, my real dad. And I left my mom's house. Well, I went to school there. I ended up getting pregnant at 15. And of course, me, you know, instead of listening to my aunt and, you know, staying with her, I chose to go off with the guy, and I got with him 15 years old, got pregnant. By 16, I was pregnant again. I was clean. I didn't do nothing. He did. Like back then, it was back in 95. So he was sniffing octane booster. I don't know. I've never done it.
Octane booster.
Yes.
Like whippets?
Well, I don't know. It came in like you buy it from the auto parts store, and he like inhaled it, like sort of like paint, like, you know, spray paint.
Okay.
So, but he was really abusive to me. Like really, at 15 years old, he was beating me. I got beat every day. And you know, I was just a kid. I was a kid, and he was a kid too, you know. And well, after that, okay, I had another baby, and we separated. He got with my best friend, and he left me for her, which, you know, was the best thing that probably could have happened to us.
Yeah.
So at that time, I moved back in with my aunt, and I stayed with her for a few years, but then, you know, I started, you know, smoking and drinking, and she didn't like that. She wasn't going to be a babysitter, so she kicked me out. I moved in with my real mom and stepdad. And they, at the time, they lived in a little RV, you know. It was horrible. And me and my stepdad didn't get along at all because, well, when I was younger, well, that's something else we'll talk about some other time. But,
okay.
Yeah, so we don't get along, okay? But, so he ended up kicking me out, you know, and I had gave my mom temporary custody of my kids, the 2, which was Andrew and Mondo. And she kept them. She said, "You're not taking them," you know, and I didn't even have nowhere to go. So I left them, you know, I left them there.
Yeah.
And my aunt ended up getting my youngest, which was Andrew at the time. And then Mondo stayed with my mom and stepdad. So a few years later, I met my husband. I was 18 at the time. We were friends for about a year. Then we started, you know, doing whatever. We weren't even dating really. We were just, I was running the streets because I didn't have no kids. I didn't, I was running up and down Irving, just
Y'all were friends
Dallas.
with benefits.
Yeah, that's what it was. And for a while it was. And but we were really good friends, and I think that's why we made it so long. Well, we finally got together about 19 years old. I was 19, and his mom, we moved in with his mom, and she was on pain management back then. But, back then they would just divvy up pills just like left and right, like just toss them for everything, So she was getting, I don't know, like 180 pills from like 3 different doctors. So I started taking hydrocodones. That's where it started, hydrocodones. Well, first I went to the doctor, and she sent me to this doctor to go to get her some pain pills. That was before I took them. She sent me there, and she says, they send me out with Darvocets, okay? And she says, oh, no, them ain't good. Them Darvocets are not no good. I didn't know nothing about no medicine then, So she had me call the doctor and tell the doctor that he needed to prescribe me something different because I was allergic to them. And I never took a Darvocet in my life. Okay, well, I did it anyway. Okay, so I did it, and got the pills, and then that's when I started taking them. And she would just
hold on.
Yeah.
What was it like the first time you ever took a pain pill? What did it make you feel like?
Oh, it was like, it just gave me energy. It like put me at peace, like the inside. I don't know. It was just like a tingling, like like just a relief, I don't know, a relief from, I guess, my life. I don't know, and it was probably just a way of me thinking it was a relief, but that I was becoming an addict. That's what it was.
That's what it is, though. It's a relief. That's what we search for all of our lives, because we have this like hole inside of us. We are born like this.
Yeah.
And so we're searching for relief in anything, really. So it sounds like to me, at first you were searching for relief through relationships with men, and you were, with that guy, and then you started, searching for relief, with the other guy, and then you got, into the pills. And so I did the same thing. I did it with food, sex, men, credit cards, gambling, everything, anything that you could find relief for. I've done it. So I understand.
Yeah, it's crazy. And, well, after that, I got pregnant with my 19-year-old. He's 19 now. And I was clean. Like he wasn't a mat baby. I didn't take nothing. Like he came out, he was normal. He was fine. All my kids came out normal, but he was the only one I think I was really clean with, like, besides my first 2. A few years later, I kept taking the pills. A few years later, I got introduced to my mother-in-law's friend, which was an older man. He was about 70, and he would give me pills just to come and go out to eat with him, just to, he would go buy me clothes. He would do anything I wanted to, and I really think it was for, everybody was saying, oh, you're doing something with him, but really he's almost 80 years old. I don't even think he could, but I think he just wanted a companion.
Have somebody to have companionship.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. And everybody was talking behind my back. Well, I didn't care because I was so messed up. And then after the pain pills, I was taking 15 at a time. Like I was just popping them in every 2 hours. I would wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning before my husband went to work, and I was gone to Mesquite every day. Like, I'm going to get my pills. I'm not going to be sick today, and that was an everyday thing. I was chasing pills. And then I discovered benzos, and I discovered mixing benzos with hydrocodone, and it was the best feeling in the world. It was like I turned what is it called, Xanax. They turned me into a totally different person. Like, I will go into a Walmart and take the whole store. I will come out of the store with, oh my God, it's horrible. It is so horrible. And yeah, like, it's just, it's crazy. And so I started taking benzos with them, and I would go to Walmart, and that's how I was getting them. I was stealing stuff for my dealers, and I was, getting, what are them, gift cards? You can take your stuff back, get gift cards, and they would tell me, like, the list of stuff that they need, and I would go get them everything they needed, and I would have, like, so many Xanax, and I was so fluted out of my mind. I was like, I don't even see how my husband put up with me. It's horrible. And he would throw them, he would find them, I would pass out. He would go in my bra because he knew where I kept them. I would try to hide them from him, and he would get in there, and he would find them, and he would flush all my pills in the toilet. After I was paid $5 a piece for each pill, Yeah. And then when I woke up the next morning or the 2 days later, I would be so mad. It would just make me so mad. Why did you do that? And really, he's just looking out for me, because I tried to commit suicide a few times because I was so messed up in my head. That's what they do to me. They make me someone that I'm not. They make me just way, way, way different than I normally am. So I wrote some hot checks in that period of time. I was on housing. I got on housing. Oh yeah, before that I forgot, my kids got took from me too. CPS came in. I had a little girl back in 2008. I had a little girl. But she came out, she was fine. She didn't test positive for nothing. But 2 weeks after I had her, I overdosed. I had heroin, I had Xanax, I had methamphetamines. They said that every drug I had in my system. So they called CPS. They knew that I had just had a baby. I don't know how they knew, but they knew. They knew. I was hiding it from them. I tried to hide it from them. So, because I didn't want my kids took, that they were my everything, even though I took my pills, I made sure my kids were, and if it wasn't me, it was their dad. Their dad has always been straight. He smokes pot, but he's never been an addict. So he really don't know, how it is, and so the kids got took. And during that point, the CPS got me on housing, and then I went out, and I was still messing up. Even after I got my kids back, I stayed clean for the 6 months my kids were gone. I stayed clean. I did my parenting classes. I did everything I had to get them back. They came back home. They closed my case. That's when I started fucking up again. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Oh, you're okay. Sorry. You can kiss on my channel.
Okay, I didn't know. I started messing up again, and and at that time, my little girl I gave up for adoption. Because when she came home, when she was home, she came home at 8 months old. It was she didn't know me. I know it sounds mean and it's horrible, but I did not want to have no other kids. And at that time, I didn't need no kids.
You did the right thing. Okay, you did the right thing.
I talked to her. I still talk to her every weekend. She comes over. Me and her adoptive mom are really close, but I think it was in her best interest at the time that I was in my life for her to be there.
You did the right thing.
My other kids, they had their dad, so it was just a decision I had to make. I had to make that decision, and I regret it. I regret it, and there's nothing I can do about it now. But, just live with my decision I made. So after that, I got on housing. I wrote the hot checks. Then, I was still stealing, taking Xanax, doing everything, and every week the sheriffs were knocking on my door for something, you need to come with us, Angie. They knew me by name, come with us, Angie. They asked my husband, Shane, where's Angie at? Oh, he's back. She's back there sleeping. And he would let him come get me because he knew that I needed help and he didn't know what to do for me.
Right.
So the very last time that I went to jail, I was on probation. And that's the story I told about me at Walmart, walking around and stealing stuff like a fool. And I go out and I couldn't find my car because I was so messed up on Xanax. And so they found, Xanax in my purse when they finally got me. They found Xanax. They found a speed pipe, which was not mine. It was not mine. It was the girl's car that I was driving. It was hers. But, I own up to my stuff, and I said, that's not mine. I said, he said, well, you're going to have to be charged with it. So that was a misdemeanor. Okay. So I got charged with that. That's, I went to jail. I knew my probation was going to get violated. I knew, because I'd only done 2 months and I didn't even pass neither drug test, So I knew. I called my husband and I said, can you please get me out? Can you please get me out before my probation's revoked? He said, Ange, no. He said, I can't get you out. He said, you're going to have to sit there. He said, I've already got you out so many times before and I can't do it no more. I don't know what else to do. So he let me stay there. And I needed it. I needed it. I was mad at him at the time. It hurt me, but because I would never do that to you, but I understand why he did it. So I went to jail. I went to jail to Tarrant County. They put me in there and they said I had to wait 30 days for my court date. And by then I was coming off methadone. I had been at the clinic for about 6 months at that time. I was on 180 milligrams. But I wasn't doing it right. I was abusing it. I was taking Xanax with it. I was doing everything I wasn't supposed to do. So I came off methadone in there within a month. It took about a good 3 months to actually be able to sleep at night. But after a month, I think I was pretty well over the physical part of the withdrawal. So my court date came up, they said, okay, well, we're going to give you a year state jail. I said, oh, no, you're not. I'm not taking a year for a $75 in hot checks and one theft. I'm not doing that. And I've never been in trouble in my life. I said, no. So I turned it down. I said, no. And they came back at me with 9 months. I said, no, I'm not doing that either. I said, I'll take 6 months and that's it. That's all I'm taking. I'll go, you take me back to the pod and I'll sit there until my next court date. So they ended up giving me 7 months with back time. So I got all the back time that I was originally, all the time that I'd been in there before, which would only came out to like 40 something days. So I was fine with it. That was like 6 months, like 5.5 months. So I was okay with that. So I signed. I went to back to the pod. That next Thursday, they transferred me to Plain State. Okay, for my intake. When you go to prison, you go through an intake. You go get your DNA and all that. Okay, that's where I went. I went to Plain State, Texas, and then I was there for 2 weeks. It was so cold. We didn't have no jackets. We were in metal buildings with holes in the roof. And it's like these big fans up in the roof and no heat at all. It's horrible. Okay. And then I was only there for 2 weeks and I couldn't have my money on my books because they hold your money for some reason. So I was stuck there. I couldn't make no calls. I couldn't do nothing. No one knew where I was at. My husband didn't know where I was at. I was worried about my kids, and I'm sure that anybody that goes to jail or is away from their kids, that's the first thing that you're going to worry about. I just constantly worried about my kids.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But I knew they were okay, but it just, I don't know. So then they transferred me to Dawson State Jail. I don't know if you've ever heard about that. Have you ever heard about Dawson State Jail? When we get off here, Google Dawson State Jail. Okay. It's the worst jail. And what is it called? When you're in jail for a not TDC time, state jail felony. State jail. It's a state jail. Okay, that's what it was. State jail. That's what I got. State jail time. And they sent me to Dawson. And I'm telling you, this place was so horrible. I mean, the guards were having sex with inmates.
Oh yeah.
They were letting people, I mean, like in my pod, we could just go out and roam the halls. I mean, and it's not supposed to be like that. The lady, there was a lady, a couple people died from non-medical, they got no medical attention. A lady had a baby in the toilet there. Yeah, it's crazy. Just Google it. When we get off here, Google Dawson State Jail. It is the most
That's in
horrible.
Texas?
Yeah, in Texas, in Dallas, Texas. Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. But thank Jesus, it's closed down. They closed it down. It was actually part of the I think CPA or something of North.
You should hit up. You should talk to Tim. I'll introduce you to Tim. Tim Snow from Texas Prison Stories.
Yeah.
He would love to have you. I'm sure he would like to have you on his channel to talk about the Texas that prison that you've been in.
Hey,
that's what his channel's all about.
Yeah, it's something else. I know that, and oh, no one. I'm glad they closed it down because no one deserves what they were doing there. It was bad. Not even. I mean, you're there to be punished. I understand that we do wrong, but not like that. You know.
Right. You're supposed to treat people like humans, not like caged animals. Listen, I know the prison systems are freaking broken. They're messed up.
They are. It's so sad. It's really sad. And well, after that, I got out. 5.5 months later, my husband came and seen me every weekend. Now he only brought my kids up there once because he didn't want them to see me up there like that. And they were still little. So I was okay with that. I just missed them so bad, and when I got out, I stayed clean. We did good. Everything was great until I went to the doctor and got tramadols. I went to the doctor. I asked for a non-narcotic and they gave me tramadols. I'm telling you, it's worse than methadone withdrawals. Tramadol.
I think it's disgusting. My husband took it and he had a seizure from it.
See, I did too. I didn't know what was causing it. I was taking 180 pills. I was ordering 3 bottles a week. So I'm not 180 times 3. That's a lot of pills, yeah. It's a lot of pills, and I was taking them like every 7 days. I was ordering them off the internet, and then all of a sudden it came a controlled substance. So they stopped the internet ordering. So I was sick. I didn't know what to do. I thought methadone clinic. That's how I got on the methadone again. And I should have did that, but I wasn't even thinking. I don't know why I didn't even think about it because I was on it before, but it didn't work before. It's because it didn't work because I didn't work it. It's because I didn't want it to work. I had to make a choice to make it work and not abuse it and not do other stupid stuff with it, So back when in 2000, I had another baby in 2000, and when was he born? 2013. I'm sorry. Okay, he's 7 now, and I was clean. I was clean through him. I don't know. I was taking tramadols, so they didn't. That's what it was. I was taking tramadols through his pregnancy, and they didn't test for it because it wasn't a narcotic. Okay, but he didn't come out addicted to nothing. Like, he was fine, but I couldn't stop taking them. It was like, that's when I went and got on the clinic, and I have been there now for 8 years. Yep, 8 years, and I get my monthly take homes. Well, I'm supposed to get my monthly take homes, but I really can't. I mean, it's so much a month, and plus all of our other bills. So I just can't, I do what I can, but
I understand.
I go every 2 weeks and pick up.
How much do they charge you for the clinic? How much does it cost you?
It's $350 a month.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like that's expensive. I only pay $200 every 90 days for Suboxone.
See, I thought about doing that too, but I'm such on a high dose right now. Like, I don't know if I could do that, I'm scared.
You just have to you would have your doctor blind taper you, so it would take probably over a year to get you completely down if they do it really slow like they're supposed to and taper you down without telling you how you're going down. And then once you get down and they pull you off, you would wait, I think it's like 3 days, and then go on to Suboxone.
I've never tried, I tried Suboxone one time when I was on methadone, and it put me straight through withdrawals.
That's because it's
I didn't know
buprenorphine has a higher affinity to the receptor than methadone does, and I think that's why it puts you in withdrawal. A lot of people think it's the naloxone in the medication, but it's not. The naloxone's just there to deter addicts from shooting it up. The buprenorphine is what blocks other opiates from being able to enter your system, and it's actually almost just like, well, it's not, it's a lot different than methadone. It's a partial opioid agonist. And so that's why a lot of doctors are starting to prescribe it for addiction treatment, and they're leaning towards that more because they can prescribe it and you can go and have a prescription for it. And you're not it's more, gives you more freedom. You know what I mean? To where you can go to, and I think that's what a lot of people don't like about the methadone clinic is that they have to go every day.
Every day, yes,
about Suboxone treatment. And another great thing about Suboxone treatment is that they can do telemedicine now. So you can
I seen that at my clinic the other day. They had a sign up there about Teleview or something like that. It said, I actually got it on my channel. If you go and you look, I posted it on the channel too. I didn't know what it was, but yeah. So what is the difference?
You're doing what's best for you. I just thought because I just that's a lot of money. $350 a month is hard. That's high.
It is high. But I could probably get Medicaid and get it for free, or go to a what are they called? A state funded. They have one called TC Murph here in Fort Worth. But I like my clinic. I like my counselors. I just feel comfortable there because I've known everybody so long. I even before, when I was going there, altogether I've been on methadone for 10 years. Just the first 2 years, I didn't let it work. I did what.
Tell me how you're doing it differently than the first 2 years. So the first 2 years, what were you doing wrong?
Oh, it was the people I was around, the places I would go, and the things I was doing. The people, places, and things. That's exactly what it is for me.
And then this time around, what's different this time?
Oh, I don't. Yeah, I moved. I don't talk to no one no more. I mean, I do talk to people, but not the same.
People. Sober people.
Yes, sober people. And I just, I don't put myself in the place that I used to put it. I don't let myself go. When I think about, because it's hard, because you always think about, it's always in the back of my head. I wish I had a Xanax. I wish,
I think about Xanax. I was just telling my best friend that today. I said, girl, she's slipped and she's back on benzos, and she's like, you're not judging me, are you? And I was like, no. And I was recording a message for her, and I was like, I just want you to know, I think about taking a Xanax at least 2 times a day. And the only reason why I don't do it is because I have my little boy, and and because now I know without a shadow of doubt in my mind that if I take Xanax, I'm going to lose everything. I think when I say I think about it, it's not, it's like that thought just comes in
and then it snaps out. Yeah.
Just like a pop in the thought. And then and then I think the thought, and then I play my tape past that thought. And I think, okay, Nicole, if you took Xanax, you would drive you and your son into a brick wall, or take him into Walmart and you would shoplift and go to jail, and then he would get taken away from you.
Yes.
And so I just have to really make sure that but I still have the thought. I would be lying if I said I never thought about it,
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Like I still have, I think about it, but I know that there's no way I would ever go back there. I love my life. I love my kids, and I became a better mom, and I like being a mom. I like being around. A lot of people don't like being around their kids, or like they want a break. I don't. I'm okay with having my kids around me 24/7. I want my 23-year-old to move back
Yeah.
home. I love my kids, and I love being a mom, and I'm gonna, you know, I just, there's no way I would ever go back there. I can't say that because I am an addict. I'm gonna try my hardest not to ever go back there, should I say. You know?
Yeah, I know what you mean. So
Yeah.
now that you're sober, now that you're sober on methadone, do you ever experience stigma like I talk about here on my channel? Like when you tell people, hey, I've got 8 years sober and I'm on maintenance. Do people give you a
I
hard
don't
time about
tell
it?
people.
Are they, you don't tell anybody? Why? Tell me why.
Well, I mean, all my family, I just now recently told my 23-year-old son. Yeah.
Okay.
I was
There's nothing
hiding
wrong
from
with that. I mean, that's
because
honestly,
I mean,
go ahead.
like he thought I was clean for so long. I just didn't want to
You
disappoint
are
him
clean. You are
I
clean.
know I'm clean. I know that, but like I didn't want him to see it because some people don't think that. Some people think, oh, well, you're just trading it for another drug, or you're not clean because you're taking methadone. Methadone is a maintenance drug and it's prescribed by a doctor. I'm not
Right.
going out and going to each hospital 3 times a day to get pills. I'm not doing that no more.
It's
So
a
I
bit different.
consider
Okay.
myself clean.
That
Huh?
the whole stigma behind maintenance medication and people saying that you're not sober, you're not clean, or you're not in recovery, it's just an old, outdated way of thinking. And it's a shame that people still feel like they need to separate themselves from
Yeah.
us. Because we're
Yeah.
all actually doing the same thing. We're all trying to stay alive and have a better life.
Yeah.
And we can share our stories and help other people. There are so many people out there. Okay, there's people out there that are abstinent and in 12 steps, and they share their story, and somebody that can relate to them is going to relate to them. Then there's people that are like us who are in recovery and using MAT, and there's people who are going to be able to relate to us. It doesn't make anybody's experience less valid. You know what I mean? And that's
Yeah.
why I get really discouraged when I see people like not sharing about it. Share about it, because we have to help other people know that they're not alone and that we are here to support them, and that there shouldn't be any stigma or judgment surrounding medically assisted treatment. It's literally a
Yeah,
life-saving
there
tool.
shouldn't be, but a lot. I mean, it's sad how many people judge you for that. Like, it's crazy. I mean, you can't, some places you can't get jobs. I mean, they'll look at you like you're trash, and they're not supposed to do that. They're not supposed to, what is it called?
That's
Discrimination,
discrimination.
right? Yeah. Yeah. That's what I thought. But once you tell them they're on methadone, they'll think of another reason not to hire you.
Right.
So that's why I usually keep it to myself unless it is like, well, now it's out in the world, but I just posted it all over YouTube, but it's okay. I'm okay with that.
That's how I got to where I'm at today, is by
Yeah.
sharing my story. That's how
Mm-hmm.
I got my job. That's how
Isn't
this
it? That's
channel,
why I was wondering how you work for. Yeah, that's awesome. That is
because I was
awesome.
talking about being on Suboxone, and the doctor that I work for is like a Suboxone doctor. So we're like we
Yeah,
are perfect for each other. Like, we
that's
believe in the
awesome.
same things. And here's the thing, like, I think a lot of people think just because that I'm on Suboxone or you're on methadone that we think everyone should go get on Suboxone or methadone. That's not
Oh
true.
yeah, no.
Many
Some
people
people
call
it
me
don't work
every
for.
day.
Some people it's not right for.
Right. And people call me every day and they ask me, what would you suggest for me to do? And I always tell them, like, have you tried going to treatment? Have you
Yeah,
tried doing meetings? Have you tried this, and this? And once I go down the list, and if they tell me each thing didn't work for them, then I tell them about my
yeah,
experience with maintenance medication. You
yeah,
know? But there are some people who just really need something like MAT, Suboxone or methadone, to get on, because they have tried everything
so many times and it's not working. Yeah.
Right. There's nothing wrong with us because we didn't get our recovery the same way other people did.
Other people did. Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with us.
Yeah.
It's just that wasn't the right fit. You know what I mean? And it's just so crazy to me to think that someone would discourage you from getting on something that could literally save your life. I have seen people die because they were embarrassed and ashamed to get on Suboxone or methadone. So they kept going out. Their moms or dad didn't believe in it. They said it was trading addictions. And so they kept relapsing and they died.
Yep.
And then your moms and dad come back to me and they say, I wish I had let them.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wish I had let them get on methadone.
Yeah.
And then now they're a huge ally and they support MAT and they help other people, you know?
And they should have helped their kid. And you know, if any of my kids ever came to me with a problem like that, I think that's the first place, because you wouldn't want them withdrawing by themselves. You know, I wouldn't let my kids go through that. You know, I would go get them. I would put them through some kind of detox program, and depending on how long they've been on it, you know, like if they were tried it like heroin, I think someone could do it for 3 times and be addicted or be physically addicted, right? I don't know. I mean, I've only done heroin a couple times.
Well, I mean, I guess if you did, I don't know how long it would take you to become physically dependent on heroin. I mean, I imagine I would say probably like 5, 6 days, 7 days maybe. And
see, that's what I'm thinking.
You know?
Yeah. And, you know, if my kid came to me with a problem, I would be like more than 100% all there to help them, you know?
Right.
But
so what are you doing now? Tell us about your channel, girl. Tell us about your channel.
Okay, what I want to do is I just want to help the homeless. That's it. That's all I want to do. I want to, I've got donations going up, not for money. I'm not going to enable anybody. But clothes, you know, used clothes, shoes, socks, blankets, tents, you know, anything that a homeless person could use, you know. I'm talking to them about why they're homeless, what got them there, you know. Sort of like, have you ever seen AML films?
Yes, I see him and Frank and Soft White Underbelly. There's a lot of channels on that interview.
I also like Chosen One. I like Chosen One too. I really do. He's really an awesome guy. I talked to him and I like him, you know.
You don't like me. I don't know why. I've never talked to him in my life.
Really?
I don't think he likes me. Somebody told me they had commented and said that they could get help from Real Talk Recovery, and he told that person that he was going to block them if they mentioned me again.
Oh, wow.
I have never talked to him in my life, ever.
He's
always
really straightforward, but I think, you know, I mean, we all do our own little things, so that's his.
Some people get worried like they're going to step on their toes or something, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was offering to help Becky, and I think, didn't he like Becky or something?
Yeah, I mean, I think he likes her a little more. I mean, he likes everybody, you know, but
I think he likes Becky.
Yeah, he likes Becky. My husband says, yeah.
If she cleaned up, I think he would you know, I want to see all those girls get their lives together and get sober.
What about Jamie? Did you see Jamie's interview?
I did. The one that he had sitting down, it was like a 40-minute interview.
Yes. Oh my, she was so messed up. That used to be me. That used to be me. That's what I look like. Man. I look just like her sitting in that chair. It was crazy. Yep. And I tried to email Jamie, and she didn't reply. You know, I tried to help her. I have. You know, I was going to move her into my house and get her on.
No, listen to me. Stop it. Do not make me come. You listen to me. I'm going to have to take you under my YouTube wing. There are going to be people that are going to tug at your heartstrings, but you don't ever bring anybody into your home. You understand me? Especially if you have children. Okay? Because listen, You
My
have
husband wouldn't let it happen, you
you
know?
have worked hard to get to where you're at, and all
Yeah.
it takes is one mistake, one person
Yeah.
coming in. But I think it's very awesome that you want to do it with your channel and like put their stories out there.
Yeah. I just want,
Have you ever watched
I actually want help for them. You know, I believe everybody deserves to feel special. Everybody deserves to feel loved and I have a second chance. I've had many chances. So I believe that everybody else should too, you know? And just because they're addicted to drugs or out on the street or you know, alcoholic, that don't make them less of a person. You
That's
know?
right.
Yeah. And that aggravates me how people think about they're just trash or they look at them like they're scum. They are people. They have feelings, you know?
I know, girl. I know. It's sad. It really is disappointing.
It is.
So once you get your channel pop in, then you can like have like you can do like collaborations with places in your city or that are like places that can help that, you know, like
Yes,
other
that's what
resources.
I want to do. Yeah.
I mean, you
I
can really do a
wanna
lot,
do that.
you know.
Like if I had the money, I would open this big, huge house and just buy like a abandoned building, you know, or something and put a whole bunch of beds in there and, you know, just let all the homeless stay there, you know, I would. But I just can't do that. I can't afford it.
You would have to have a whole staff because I'm the same way. I think of the same things. But
Yeah.
like I thought about wanting to have a women's sober living for women and
That would
children.
be awesome. Yes.
But you got to think about it. You have to get the building, then you would have to get all the stuff to go inside of it. Then you would have to get to staff it,
Yeah.
like
Boys.
somebody be there overnight, somebody be there during the day. It would be a lot of work.
It would. But you know, it would if it would be amazing though, you know? It would be awesome. Yeah. And it would help a lot of people.
Have you done any interviews on your channel yet of anybody yet?
Yeah. Marissa, I got Marissa on there and she's a 28-year-old little girl. And the interview I did on her, I did one and then I found her again a couple days later. But the second one, my mic was messed up, so you really can't hear her. The girl, she is so sweet, and she needs a phone. I'm gonna get her a phone. Because I got so many phones sitting around here that I don't even use, you know. So I'll just give it to her, you know, and she could use Wi-Fi wherever, you know, because McDonald's or anywhere that has Wi-Fi, she could use the phone. So yeah, I've done her. She's okay. You know, she needs a little help. So I think she needs, she should be on MHMR medicine, but she don't. She self-medicates. That's what she does. You know, she said that she was clean in the first video and then in the second video she relapsed. So
I have to watch it.
Honestly, I don't think that she was clean in the first video. You know, I think
you know how it is. Like they get embarrassed or ashamed to admit it, you know.
Exactly.
And now, since she knew you, she was probably more comfortable in the second video to just talk about it, you know.
Yeah, she was. And she thinks I know her like from, I don't know her. I don't, she's like, the way she talks to me in the videos, like, oh, you know, the lady down there. I'm like, oh, I know, you know, because I don't want to be, I'm not that person to be like that. You know, I'm just going to be nice and sweet and just to everybody, you know, and my husband says I'm gullible, but I don't think I am. I just have a heart.
I think you're not, I think it's great, but I think you also need to be very careful, very careful, because this is a vulnerable, these are vulnerable people, and they're also people, you know how it was when we were in our addiction.
Oh,
and
we will do anything. Yeah.
See somebody like ourselves coming over that is got something, and we can manipulate our way into. This is what you do. You have to set these girls up for success with support resources. They need to get involved in some kind of like recovery program where they're going to meetings and they have a sponsor or a mentor.
I gave Marissa my number. I told her if she needs anything, call me, you know, because that's all I could do for right now.
You cannot be all their sponsors or mentors. This is what I was doing. Listen to me. I was doing the same thing when I first started my channel, and you have got to be you can be the access point to where they reach all these resources. But I'm telling you, if you try to do it all, like I was trying to do all this, sponsor all these people from my channel, I had to like get a skeleton crew of like 10 people that are below me that I delegate the authority out to, that help me. These men that I can give men over to, women that I can give women over to. I oversee the general operation of Real Talk Recovery, but everybody that helps out with Real Talk Recovery, like Merk, Mama, Cindy, Nikki, Sky, all those people that have been with me for like the last year, they're volunteering their time to just help the group, the channel.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Because imagine if I was trying to do that with everybody
all by yourself. Yeah,
You know,
and you got a lot of people always talking to you.
It got to the point where I couldn't even do it. I couldn't even get to the phone calls enough. I was missing the phone. And so I'm just telling you, it's okay to start out like that. I mean, that's how I started out. That's how I built this channel. But eventually, like, you need to get together a whole list, a book of resources that are in your state, that when you meet these girls, you can say, okay, girls, this is where you can get housing. This is where you can get food. This is where you can get addiction treatment, all that.
And I should get the books from the library, right?
Well, you can go. What I did is I got online and I just looked up different resources, and I made like a sheet with just links to all the things. And then, like, I have resources to, like I said, online telemedicine for MAT if they don't want to do it in a clinic. I know 2 online places that can do it through telemedicine that are pretty awesome, that are affordable for people that are like struggling. You know what I mean? So it's cool. You're gonna do good. You're just getting started. Please don't burn yourself out. Okay?
I know.
Make sure that you protect your sobriety and that you have your husband with you when you go and do these things, because I can just see it now.
Yeah,
you're gonna be out there picking up strays in the car.
Yes, I would be bringing home. That's what my son said too. You're gonna be bringing home all these people because, I mean, if it was just me, I probably would, but it's very dangerous. It is. It's dangerous, and it is scary out there. By myself, I couldn't do it. Yeah. And my husband owns a company, you know, he owns a remodeling company. So it's, you know, I have to do it on what time he has, you know, so he can go with me. So I thought about doing it at the methadone clinic, you know, because people on methadone are already in recovery, and we could, you know, find out like their backstory. I thought about doing that.
Cool idea.
That way I would be safe, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Just getting their stories. That's cool. I think that's a great idea. Yeah, that would be, and then a lot of people could relate to that are on MAT also. You know, I mean, anybody's story is interesting whenever you're in recovery. You know what I mean? Like, I used to feel this pressure to like get people like that were popular or famous to come on my channel. And then I was like, it doesn't matter. Like, people want to hear.
Everybody has a story. Yeah.
It's inspirational.
It is.
I really thank you for coming on.
One person. Oh yeah, good. I'm glad you let me come on. That's awesome.
Of course I'll let you. I feel like some people think like, oh, she's not gonna want me to come on. I will give anybody a chance that wants to be better and that's trying to help somebody else. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
As long as you are doing the right thing and you are trying to help other people and help yourself, like I love having people on the channel.
Yeah. Hey, I was gonna ask you, I seen your thing. What about Rabbit?
Okay, so I made a video about it, and then guess what happened right after that? Joe made a video, literally just put a video up, and they found him help, but they just don't know if he's going to go or not. They have to find out if he's willing.
Yeah, we've seen that one.
He said sign him up. He's going.
What did he say? Joe was going to sign him up?
He told Joe to sign him up.
Oh, he told Joe he was going to sign up. He was going to go.
Okay, good.
Oh, okay, good. That's awesome.
So
I think that.
Go ahead.
I think that he would do really good on methadone or Suboxone. I think. I texted him, I messaged him and told him my opinion.
He's a repeat.
He's a repeat. You know, he relapses over and over, you know. I just think that needs to be something they explore. You know,
I said the same thing in my video. I just didn't know if it was heroin or opiates that he was on, because I had
Heroin.
always heard that he was doing speed too, I thought. So, but he would be a perfect candidate for MAT, and he would probably do amazing. He would get stable, and then he wouldn't be relapsing all over the place.
I know. They just don't understand, you know, because they're listening to everybody say negative stuff about it. You know, they need to educate themselves about it before they make any opinions. You know,
for sure. I love watching YouTube. Okay. I'm a literal YouTube junkie.
Me too. I didn't used to be, but now I am. I don't know. Yeah,
well,
I watch it when I watch TV.
Tell your husband I said hi. I hear him in the background.
Yeah, she said hi. Hello. He said hi.
I hope you have a good night. Thanks for coming on the channel. I linked your channel in the comment section. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
I'll link it in the description. And I'll link it in the down below once the video uploads, and I'll send you a copy of it. Okay.
Okay. Awesome. Can I put it in my? Hey, can I post a video on my channel too?
I guess I'll share it to you. Whatever, however you can. I don't know. I guess you can. I'll send you the copy. You see if you can do it. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Bye, Angie.
Bye.
Okay, guys. So that was Angie. Like I said, she has a channel called W 79, and I will link all of her information. Now, just so you guys know, like every night when I end these live streams, it takes like 24 hours for the video to process and then fully upload onto YouTube. So if for some reason you come in the comment section and you're like, where's her link? Just hang tight, because I'll be linking everything below the video. It just takes a second for the video to process. I seen all y'all's comments. Hey, Johnny, what's up? I know Johnny relapsed because he was talking about it on a comment earlier. I hope you're doing okay, man. Let me see. I also saw a couple of comments from Charlotte. Hey, Sonia. Okay, so sorry guys, I want to read all y'all's comments because my computer's freezing up for some reason. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed Angie's story. She's a real freaking inspiration, and I think it's very admirable what she's going to be doing on her channel. Anybody that decides to do like service work on their channel or service work just in general, the only thing I ask you guys to do if you're addicts in recovery is to protect your recovery and be very careful, because a lot of times we want to help other people, we want to get involved, but we can put ourselves in danger, you know. And I know this from my own personal experience. I had a very close friend of mine that had relapsed and she was on methamphetamine, and I went to her house by myself while she was high. And I didn't relapse, but it was the most triggering experience I've ever been through in my life. It literally gave me jeebies. I was like vibrating. That's how uncomfortable I was. So I just always want you guys to be extra careful and protect your sobriety. Protect your sobriety. That's the number one thing that's so important, because without your recovery, you can't help anyone, you know. So you got to stay sober, do the next right thing. And like I said, take somebody with you, like an Angie situation. I would take her husband with her, because he sounds like she's me, very nice, super like outgoing and wants to help others. But then my husband's the one who's like, oh hell no, we're not letting everybody live with us. You know what I mean? So it's like we balance each other out. So that's what you got to do sometimes. You have to have somebody else there that can balance you out. And I just love having people here, you guys. I hope you guys are enjoying, you know, the interviews that we're doing. I hope you guys are enjoying the support that you're getting here on this channel. Hey, Jess the Mess. Oh, that's my girl from TikTok, you guys. I'm telling you, so many people are coming over from TikTok. I'm so excited. What's up, girl? Thanks for coming in. We're just fixing to end stream, but every single night we go live here, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 7, and then Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Hold on. Hey, Sandra. Thank you. I'm glad you made it, girl. I'm glad you made it. Does anybody have any questions before we go? Any questions at all? Anything? We're gonna just sit on here just for a few more minutes before I go, and then I'll wrap it up. I just want you guys to know, like, it's not always easy, you know, but it's worth it. It's worth it. It's not always easy staying sober. There's days. Let me tell y'all something, okay? This is real talk. There's days when I wake up, you guys, and I just don't want to get out of bed. There's days, every day when I get up, my stomach burns. It feels like fire is inside of my guts. I don't know what it is. I've got to go to the doctor or something, but it's so uncomfortable, and it's like causes me to feel like shit. Like I don't want to get out of the bed. Sonia says, I am happy to talk to you, Nicole. I was losing it Monday when they told me my test came back positive. Yeah, y'all, Sonia's test came back for positive for fentanyl at her methadone clinic, and she's not relapsing. Like, she's been doing so good. And so these kind of things happen sometimes. Just so y'all know, if y'all are in MAT clinics and you haven't ever tested positive and you really weren't positive, sometimes these tests are glitchy. They can have false positives. So always have them resend it out and retest it. Hey, Deidre, what's up, girl? I'm so glad you're here. I hadn't seen you in forever. Deidre, Sunday night, every Sunday night at 7, we have been doing Patreon Zoom meetings. If you guys that are in Patreon want to join the Zoom meetings, I have been linking them in Patreon. There's the Patreon link. Sunday at 7, we are starting Codependent No More. Okay? It's a book all about codependency and how to stop being codependent. And we are going to start working out of that book on Sunday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Patreon is a way to support my channel. You don't have to join, but if you want to, it's only $2 a month. And like I said, it's just a way to support the channel, and you get access to cool stuff like doing that Codependent No More book with us. There's some of the girls that have went ahead and they ordered the book so they could follow along with me, but I'm going to be reading it out loud in the Patreon meeting every Sunday at 7. Let me think what else. We also have a free Hangouts, just a recovery support chat where we link all of our medically assisted recovery anonymous meetings. If for those of you guys that are a part of Real Talk Recovery that are utilizing Suboxone or methadone and you are wanting to find a meeting where you fit in, I really suggest that you join us for Mara. We've been going, all of us go to Mara, and it's a fairly new 12-step fellowship for addicts on maintenance. Where's the OG Big Sid been? I know this isn't a recovery question per se, but a week is a while for him. Hey, Boxcar Rick, you want me to tell you my honest opinion? Okay, Deidre, I know you, girl. I know you do. I just want you to know that it's there because I feel bad that you're paying and then you don't come. So I know you love me and you just want to support me, but I just want to make sure you know that I have been putting that in there. I have also been uploading videos in there, you guys. So for those of you guys that are in Patreon, just so you know. I have some great news. I went through the hepatitis treatment and I'm Hep C free. Damn, Charlotte, that's what's up, girl. I need to get mine taken care of. I'm jealous. I suffer from severe depression and take Triptol and Zoloft. It's really helped me a lot. Yeah, I take Wellbutrin and Lexapro. Merck, I don't even want to tell you guys what I think. I'll tell you this. He has been commenting on my videos on TikTok. Every video that I comment or put up with Dr. B, he comments something against it. So we're cool, But like Dr. B made a video the other day talking about the most addictive drug or substance being sugar. And he was right there in the comment section. No, it's not. No, it's not. People don't sell their bodies for sugar. So he's alive still, if you're wondering that. Oh, Michelle, you got to take it slow, girl. It's not going to be something that's going to happen overnight. You have to taper off of it low and slow. I have been tapering off Suboxone for 18 months, you guys, and I'm still not off of it. So just take that into consideration that like it's not something that's going to happen quickly. You didn't become addicted overnight, so you're not going to get clean overnight. It's going to take time, okay? Talk to your doctor, Michelle. Tell them that you're overtaking it. And then, you know what you do? You get somebody that you can trust to dole it out to you so you don't overtake it. So get somebody that you trust to put it in a lockbox and then just give it to you as it's prescribed. That's what I would do. Oh, did I not follow you back, Sonia? I thought I followed you back. Hold on. Yeah, I followed you back. Rick, I thought the same thing. I thought he was on a shardy party too, only in real life. So, okay. I think we got everything covered, you guys. Anybody got any questions before I go? Any questions, comments, or concerns? Questions, comments, or concerns? Sam, listen to me. TikTok is amazing. It's an amazing way to reach people that normally wouldn't know we're here. And that's how I've met like a bunch of girls. The girl that I had on before this, Teresa, I met her from TikTok. I met before that, Jodeci, I met her from TikTok. And you guys, the people over here on TikTok, they have amazing stories. I also, let me show you this girl I met, okay? Come over to YouTube, man. Hold on, guys. I know you're not making fun of us. Oh, yeah, let me get that. Let me show you guys this girl that I just found over there, though. I found this lady, y'all. You too, Jess. Thanks for coming over for real. I found this girl over there, you guys, and she is a miracle. Okay, a literal miracle. She was being human trafficked. Okay, she was with her boyfriend, which was actually a pimp. Her pimp. She says it in her video that he was actually a pimp, but she used to call him her boyfriend because that's how they started out, was boyfriend and girlfriend. Then he ended up just like taking advantage of her and using her as, pimping her. He ended up shooting her in the back, throwing her in his car, taking the cops on a high-speed chase. They crashed the car. She was ejected from the vehicle, hit by a cop car, skid across the asphalt on her face. The poor girl's face was ripped off on the side. They have reconstructed it pretty good, but you can tell that she had something happen, some kind of trauma. And then he shot and killed himself. And she's still alive to tell the tale. So I'm trying to get her on the channel to tell her story. So I'm telling you, there's a lot of strong sobriety and recovery support on TikTok. If it's something you're into, if you're not into it, it's okay. But if you're into that kind of thing, check it out. I just linked my TikTok in the comment section. Yeah, Charlotte, I just came upon her, and literally I was like listening to her story, and I just like almost cried. Like she is a literal walking miracle. And I commented that. I told her, here, let me get her. I'm going to find her. Let me get it, you guys. I'm going to get her TikTok, and then I'm going to link it here so y'all can check her out, because she's a miracle, y'all. This girl right here is, damn, you know? So, oh yeah, I messaged her because I've been messaging her like a stalker and trying to get her to come on over here. I'm like, you got to come over to my channel. Oh yeah, are you, Jess? Okay, she is like, I'm sorry, like that's a story right there. You know what I mean? She's a miracle. She is a miracle. Her name is Amy, and that's her link to her TikTok right there. She's pretty badass, y'all. And then we'll get Jess's TikTok since she's in here supporting the channel. Hold on, Jess. I got to get yours too. I know I'm. Why can't I find you on here? There you are. Okay. Okay, guys. Here's Jess's TikTok too. All right. Yes, I can see your comments now. Yes, I can see your comments now, James. I couldn't see him over there on YouTube. I'm so sorry. I had no idea you were on Facebook. I had no idea you were commenting. I don't even know why it's not showing up. Let me see what's going on here. Okay, I see Nicole. Hey, girl. James, you have to call me. You have to text me ahead of time, and we have to plan a week and ahead. That's how I do it. So next week, my schedule's totally open. So if you want to come on my channel, you have to message me on that phone number. Text me on that phone number on the screen, and then we'll pick a day and a time, and then you'll come on. Okay? All right, guys. Love you guys. I'm going to get off here now. I go put Nate in the bath time, or else he won't take a bath, and then he'll be stinking tomorrow for school. I love you guys. Please go follow all those ladies on TikTok. Follow Angie on her YouTube. And I will see y'all tomorrow night with Dino. He's coming back to give us an update.